Hey guys, how you going? My name is James. If you don't already know me, I haven't uploaded on this channel in a while. I'll show you how I edit on the camera page in Davinci Resolve 21. Primarily, I'm going to teach you how you can use your power grades that you already use in your videos and edit them in your photos. First things first is we're in the photo tab. It's obviously the second one here. Importing files. You want to go to over this import media folder. You can import from the media tab as well. I'm going to upload a shoot from Adelaide recently with Holly Ransom, one of our athletes. So first we're going to set up our project where we convert our raws into log. So we're going to go to the system preferences, as you can see in the cog in the right. And your settings might look like this. If you go to camera raw, which is sort of halfway down the list, you can see the raw profile. And this is going to depend on the camera that you use to shoot your photos. In my case, it's Sony. So we're going to go to Sony stills. Decode quality, I'll keep it full res, and then the decoding, use project. I keep the white balance as shot, and then now in the color space, we're gonna go to S-Game at 3 Cine, and we're gonna go to S-Log 3. And then I'm gonna click save. Now everything here that you haven't already imported and made changes to is gonna be converted to log. In the raw tab, it's the same thing here, except it's all just manually applied for each photo. And now it comes to organizing what photos you're going to edit. Now what I like to do, scrub through all the photos, and the ones I like, I'll just press P on my keyboard, which actually is this little icon here, which is a good take. And I'll just label it using this favorites icon. Now I have assigned this keyboard shortcut to P. In my experience, I was using Lightroom. You press P to flag a certain image. So it will be S for you guys. If you go to keyboard customizations, you search up good take, it'll drop down the photo tags, and then you can change this to P, which is what I've done in my custom settings, as you can see. And I just find that's easier. You just set it to whatever you want. I kind of like this shot, although the bottom of her feet are cropped a little bit. It's still kind of cool. So I'm gonna create a photo album, which is basically a video timeline, but for photos. So we've picked out all our good photos that we want. And so I'm gonna go to this favorites filter at the top left, and that's gonna be all our selects. I'm gonna drag it onto this little strip down the bottom here. So these are ready to color, which is awesome, and ready to crop as well. I'll show you shortly, but one thing I wanna point out is if we go to quick export, the color space is Rec 709. If we export as this, photos won't come out consistently well. They'll diversify in color and you won't get the same results because this is a color space that is used for exporting video. So what you want to do, if we go into project settings and we go to color management, our output timeline color space is going to be sRGB, which is the standard for displaying photos, and it's going to be the correct output tag. Like a lot of people, I tend to crop first. So let's say I want this crop in a bit tighter, you can use the scroll wheel, middle mouse, and just scroll through. And once you get used to it, it's actually really handy. But I'm going to show you a few really awesome shortcuts that I found to have worked well in my workflow. I end up cropping and then going to the color page. I might end up recropping. What I found to be quite helpful, keyboard shortcuts on key 2 and key 3 to switch between the photo page and the color page. So key 2 I've set to the photo page, and key 3 I've set to the color page. As you can see, I just switch back and forth. Now to editing the color, I'm just gonna go to the color tab, apply a quick LUT, and as you can see, it works fine. You press this looks button and it shows you the result without the grids, and it gets rid of them. But I find that you have to keep pressing that. So what I've done is I've just assigned it to tab, and every single time I zoom in or out, or I just recrop, press tab, it's done. And if you go to type photo, you go down to toggle viewer control. I set this to tab. So I like this crop, and I'm just gonna play around with the HDR wheels. I've added a really quick power window that I use on my videos, and those colors will align super well. I'm just gonna darken it like slightly, and let's say I'm just happy with that. I like to think about the photo page as organization and cropping and sorting. The color page is just, just for color. I might want her on a third, and then we're gonna go back to the color page, and then we can just sort of readjust our contrast a bit. And when I'm ready to export, let's say I'll export these 3, I just go to quick export, go to JPEG, PNG, whatever, I keep it at 80%, but that might change. I might update that. And I just go, you can either select the entire album or selected, export, find a folder in which I want to export it to, and then you're ready to go. I've made the full switch from Lightroom to Davinci Resolve, and I can see it becoming a permanent part of my workflow thanks to Blackmagic and technology, and I don't have to pay a subscription to Adobe every month now. So I think we have to celebrate that. And now the fact that my full workflow is within one program is phenomenal. So I'm really excited to see what Blackmagic do in the future with all these Resolve updates. I hope this helps, and I'll do more of these in the future. Thank you so much.